Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. This is a video of a snake, and this snake is going to eat a pig alive, simply swallowing him. If you don't like to see such a thing, please close the video. You know, when a snake kills a pig and squeeze him this way, and this is a giant snake, as you see. When the snake squeezed this pig, you ask yourself why the snake is squeezing him. Do you think it's for fun? Do you think the snake is playing? Simply, the snake is killing him. Look how powerful is the squeezing. So, the snake is squeezing him, doing two things at the same time. Making him dead, then making him easier to swallow. And then the snake, after finished squeezing, is going to swallow that poor pig in her mouth. So simply, that thing have an explanation. You know, it's not like a mysterious issue. The snake is not doing it for fun. The snake is doing it for a reason, and the reason is, this is how the snake can eat. In the same time, if somebody came to you and says, an angel came to me, and he started squeezing me until I was exhausted. This is telling you how bad was the squeezing. How we can explain such a behavior of the angel? I'm sure many of you do not know like what I'm talking about even. So let us go and see what I'm trying to say to you or to explain to you. This is an Islamic book, as you see, and this is an Islamic site, and I'm using their translation for the book because all my sources in Arabic, so I'm glad to find an Islamic site have a translation for some of those books. Usually we don't see them. In here you will see that the Prophet, when he got his first recitation, the angel Jibreel came to Muhammad in the cave of Hira. In Arabic we say Hira. So he came to him and he spoke to him. Now if we see what he said to Muhammad and what happened to Muhammad, there is something very funny and very weird need to be explained to us by Muslims. He, Muhammad, Allah bless him and give him peace, said, the Prophet, Allah bless him, give him peace, described, then he took me and squeezed me. Who? The angel. You can read from the beginning if you want. I'm just trying to make things short. So the angel in here came to Muhammad and he told him to read. The Muslims, they are translating the word as recite, which is funny because the Quran says read, as you see. This is the Quran. In the story they put it as recite, and I will tell you why they make it as a recite when it is read. So the angel came to Muhammad and he told him read, and Muhammad, he said, I cannot read. In the translation, recite, no problem. He, Muhammad bless him, give him peace, said the Prophet, Allah bless him and give him peace, described, then he took me and squeezed me. And as you see in here, the word saying to you how badly the angel was squeezing Muhammad. You see? And then, let me go. Repeated the order, recite. And Muhammad answering, I cannot recite, said I. And once again, he squeezed me and let me till I was exhausted. Until he was exhausted, like almost killed him. Then he said, recite. I said, I cannot recite. He squeezed me for the third time and then let me go and said, read in the name of your Lord, who was created all, between two brackets, all exist, which means it's not really exist in the Quran. When you see two brackets in the Quran translation, it means it's not exist in their book. They added. He created the man from a clot, which is very funny because it's not true. This is a mistake in science. So the question here, number one, why the angel squeezed Muhammad 3 times? Remember, Muhammad is awake, not asleep. Number 2, Muhammad is saying nothing wrong. You're asking him to read. This is the word, is read. He's saying, I cannot read. And even if the word is recite, recite doesn't make sense in here. You know why? Because recitation is saying something memorized already. So the angel, when he said the word read, or even if it's the Muslims try to fool you saying it was recite, both of them doesn't make sense. Number one, if Muhammad he cannot read, why you say to him read? He cannot read. And as you see, he's saying to him, I cannot read. Because I cannot recite doesn't make sense, right? Why you cannot recite? You know? You see how ignorant they are? Why Muhammad cannot recite? This is mean if he cannot recite the Quran ever. He cannot repeat the Quran. A recitation is about repeating someone says before you. Someone he told you something before you. Something you memorize in your head. So the word I cannot recite doesn't make sense. It's just something stupid the Muslims try to fool you with. But this is still not our topic. If the angel he knew that Muhammad he cannot recite or even he cannot read, whatever you want, why he is saying to him either words, recite or read? Don't you know he cannot? Number 2, why he's squeezing him? He's a sandwich? He's a lemonade? What does squeezing have to do with this? Why he is squeezing the man until he was exhausted? He's a snake? An angel talking to prophet. Why the angel squeezing the prophet? Anybody can tell me? And you will see that he did squeeze him 3 times. Isn't it amazing that everything in Islam is a 3 times? Like they say, you know, the Christian, they are the people who full Trinity, you know, like the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit. But you see, everything Muhammad, he say 3 times. Divorcing your wife 3 times. If you divorce your wife, you have to wait for 3 periods. If you fast, you know, he fasts for 3 days. God, he created the baby in 3 stages. You know, what's wrong with the 3? Even the names of Allah is multiply of the number 3. 99 names. But still not the topic. Why the angel squeezing Muhammad? There is something in here don't make sense. It's something stupid. In the top of that, why he did not say to him right away from the front when he spoke to him, read in the name of Allah your Lord, and that's it? Simply Muhammad is making a story up. It's false, it's a lie. And here, with the left of our time in the video, we ask ourselves a very easy question. How Allah say to someone, read when he cannot read? And if he cannot read, how come Allah is ordering Muhammad to read, and still Muhammad, he die and he cannot read and write? You know, when Jesus, he said to the blind, see, he saw. to the dead man, come up from your grave. He came up from his grave. Allah, He said to Muhammad 3 times, read, and is still ignorant. What kind of God this God is? So just I wanted to share this with you guys. And if somebody squeeze you, whatever the reason is, even if it's, she is your wife, she might be the angel Jibreel, and she is trying to give you a revelation from Allah. Just be careful and remember what she said to you after squeezing. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. Ameen.